Good evening, everybody. Where are you? There you are. Evening. How is everybody doing? Welcome to Bite Size, our weekly live stream, where we hang out on a Monday and talk about whatever you want to talk about. It doesn't necessarily have to be about running shoes, or running kit. We talk about anything. We have two live streams on FORDY Runs. We have this one on a Monday, and we have the award-winning podcast on a Friday that goes out at 7 o'clock. That's live this week. I'm not on it. I'll come on to that in just a second, but that's at 7 o'clock this week. And now got a special guest on who's going to be talking about what it's like to run a little bit further back in the pack. Someone who's completed a few of the majors, marathon majors, and will be giving experiences from what it's like to be a little bit further back, to be under some of those pressures of, running, to make sure you don't run out of time and that sort of thing. So I thought that'd be cool. So that's live on Friday. If you're listening to this as a podcast, welcome. Thank you very much for taking us out on your run. This episode is usually 30 minutes to 45 minutes, somewhere in there. It all comes down to you guys. So if you are watching this live, make sure you load up the chat. We need to hear from you. Questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, running shoes, whatever it is, coaching questions you want to talk about, anything you want, just stick it in the questions, load it up. This show is driven by you guys. So that's how it all works. So just a bit of admin. And most importantly, obviously, I've got to thank all our channel members. If you didn't know, you could become a member of the channel, and that supports the channel and everything we do. And thanks to everybody, by the way, because I found a feature on YouTube today where on the analytics bit how it works on this, we have this thing called YouTube Studio, and in there you can really look at some of the stats and things. I don't look at any of the stats, but I was playing around today and I found there's this thing where you can look people who are giving you super thanks. There's a button that you can hit where you can give super thanks, super chats, and all this sort of stuff. And I didn't realize. So I just want to thank everybody who has ever done that for us. All that goes to supporting the channel, buying the shoes if we need to buy them, and equipment and stuff like that. So we really appreciate it. So just as a heads up, at the front end of the show, there's going to be no bite-size live stream for 2 weeks because I'm off on holiday. Okay, so I'm not going to be doing it from Calador. Just as just as a heads up, all right? Because I'm going to have a couple of weeks off, if that's okay. 70-hour weeks take their toll. So I'm taking a couple of weeks off, and then I will be back, normal service. We'll resume, and it's actually quite handy because there's been there's a lull in shoe releases. Let's say we'll come on to Nike in a minute. By the way, we'll get them in just a second. So update. Obviously, we put the video out in collaboration with Start Fitness today. Make sure you use the code 40 runs over at startfitness.co.uk. Big shout out to them. We are again doing the Great North Run Shakeout Run at midday in collaboration with Start Fitness and Brooks. That's going to take place from the Start Fitness store. We aim to also record a live version of this after the Shakeout Run. You don't have to be doing the Great North Run to come along to that. It's on the Saturday. It's free, and that's going to take place. Say on the Saturday of the Great North Run in Newcastle, the Start Fitness store. Everybody's welcome to come on. There's going to be some shoe try-ons from Brooks. There's going to be loads of cool stuff going on. Probably some store discounts and stuff like that, I guess. So make sure there's going to be a link coming out soon. I think on the 12th, you can be able to sign up for that because everyone's welcome, but we will have limited numbers who can come in and watch the podcast live because health and safety or something. So that's that. Obviously, the Berlin Shakeout Run. If you go over to fordyruns.com/shakeout, you can sign on to the Berlin Marathon Shakeout Run that we're doing with Skechers. That's going to be from the Skechers store at a nice sociable 11 a.m. on the Saturday. So maybe you want to do part run or you want to go get your number early and then come along and see us. We're going to be going out for a nice gentle jog around Berlin on Saturday at a very sociable 11 a.m. So thanks to everybody who's already signed up. We're really blown away by the number of people that have already signed up. So thank you very much. We really appreciate that. And I think that's kind of the admin done. This week, I've got to get some more miles into the craft shoes. If you didn't see them, I've got the Nord Light Speed and that and the Ultra. I need to get some more miles into them. And then tomorrow we have the review of these coming out. I'm holding up to the camera the Ultra Fly from Nike. So look out for that tomorrow. That's coming out. I don't want to say too much. I want you to watch the video, obviously, because it helps the channel. but yeah, so the Ultrafly video drops tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Make sure you keep an eye out for that one. There's some Nike shoes actually out kicking around. There's the Infinity Run 4 that we've got coming, and the Vomero 17, although I've not really got much interest in that at all. It just looks, well, awful. But let's just wait and see. So, yep, we'll see, hold judgment on that until it comes. Was it never judge a book by its cover? So we'll wait and see what happens there. So, yes, so that's it. But I say a bit of a low in the shoes, which is kind of good because that means I can get more miles into some of the other shoes. And then we can put some stuff out on them. Right. Let's dive into the chat because that's the most important part of this show is you guys. So where is the chat? Oh, blimey. Okay, so evening all. Dawn, Penny, Pablo, Siobhan, Steve, David, Gary, thank you very much, Gary. I really appreciate it. Gary checks the sound and vision for us every week, making sure that we're on point. Mick, have you recovered from that? You know what? It must be my age. I put it out on Threads today. I think, yeah, they say age is just a number, but I reckon your age is the number of hours it takes to get over being out. That's my view on it. Let me know in the comments if you agree or not. Oh, by the way, I'll try not to burp live on air this week. So yes, I'm very tired today. It was a great event. It was amazing to see so many people, and I just love Billy Charlotte. So just amazing. But yes, I am still feeling the after effects of waving glow sticks around till 1:30 in the evening. If you're not seeing it, check out Louise East on Instagram. Gav Lewin, thank you very much. I'll hit the like buttons. Thank you very much, David Long. Yes, that helps the algorithm. We appreciate it if you smash the like button. Good evening, everybody. Matthew, good evening to you. Evening for the recovery. Yeah, see, another one asking. Right, so first question in. Here we go. Remember, guys, load up the questions. We literally want to hear everything from you. Doesn't matter what it is. Shoe question for you. Good stability marathon shoe for October. Okay, Robert Brown, you need immediately after you finished here with me to go onto our YouTube channel and watch every video on the Saucony Kivara Pro. Okay. That's the number one shoe for anybody who has stability issues, needs, whatever you want to call it, and wants a marathon shoe, but you're not necessarily going completely nuts on time. It's more about this is going to get me around in the best possible shape. I think the plate adds a slight different dimension versus the Super Blast, although the Super Blast is a very stable ride, and I'd recommend that. But if you're looking for something with a plate in it, the Saucony Kivara Pro has a 3/4 length plate in it. It's got the Speedroll technology. The outside's not particularly good, and it's a £200 shoe. But I do think it does offer that stability shoe, even though it's not a stability shoe, that's stable enough to handle the marathon distance at reasonable pace. I was running mine 6.5 minute miles, no problem, soaked it up. So it's a great shoe. It's fantastic at all paces. It really is. It's not the fastest shoe I own in any shape or form, but I'll very comfortably wear it in a marathon tomorrow. If you said, "40, you got to go out and run 26.2 miles." So yeah, I think it's because Fletcher told me off at the wedding. It doesn't go on sale over here until August, so you'd still have plenty of time to rubber it in, if that makes any sense. But yes, Saucony Kivara Pro, people, that is the marathon shoe for stability shoe wearers. You heard it here first. And no, it shouldn't be called the Kivara Pro. It should be called the Endorphin Shift 4. Evening, Phil. Gary's telling you all to smash the like button. So now comment if you have smashed the like button. It's another way of doing it, isn't it? Evening. Who's this? Evening 40 from Rob. Evening, Robert. What's your worst brand for sizing? New Balance. I would say probably New Balance, but I don't now because I know that basically New Balance I'm a size 10. That's what I kind of figured it out. I am a 9. I'm tired. Told you. I'm 9.65 in New Balance, or 9.75 even. I'm just between sizes in them, and then some of them, like for example, hang on, get my case ready to go on holiday. I'm holding up the SC Elite 3, by the way, to the camera. Oh, I've got to show you the other one because see that? Look, I don't know if that's going to come out in this camera. I've scratched the carbon plate. Legend. Well pleased I didn't pay for these. Scratched the carbon plate. Pointing to it on the podcast. Right underneath on the energy arc. Anyone else scratch their carbon plate? So yes, they come up a different size to the SC Trainer 2. So I would say they're close. Adidas, I don't actually have a problem with in terms of their sizing. I'm bang on with Adidas. I think Saucony are the best in terms of sizing. Although you've got to be aware that their shoes are narrow. So that's the other good thing with the Kinvara Pro, actually. It's not too narrow. But you've got to remember that a lot of Saucony shoes are quite narrow. So that's the other thing you've got to remember. But Rob saying he bought the Prime X in size 10. Size 12 would have fit in. I was ridiculously big. Yeah, I didn't have that problem, but I went Prime X strung. So I don't know how the Prime X differed from the strung because I didn't have the Prime X. I only went for the strung because Thomas from Believe in the Run basically FOMO'd me into it. I've seen a lot of pictures and it's coming soon. The Prime X 2, which looks insane. So I'm really really looking forward to getting my hands on that one. So that's the sort of last shoe of the year that I'm sort of really interested in getting. I'm not really interested in the Nike shoes, although I will try them. But yeah, so hope that helps, Robin. Thanks for the question and thanks for getting involved in tonight's show. Right, we go. Afternoon, Chris. Had a nice recovery run after. This is from Matt, by the way. Sorry, Matt. Nice recovery run today after smashing a 140.10 half. Boom. What a hero. What shoes were you in, Matt? Are you in those? It looks like on your tag or your thumbnail, you've got, are they Prime X or are they Takumi Sens? I really like that colorway. They did that blue with that sort of pink triple Adidas logo on. I still think Adidas make the best colors. There's no doubt about it. Their colors on the shoes are insanely good. I think Saucony are having a bit of a shocker at the moment in terms of their colorways. But yeah, I really like the Adidas ones at the moment. Here we go. Pablo. Chris, have you put those expensive Shocks buds in the bin? No, they're actually, if I tilt my chair, hang on, I'll go the other way. Move my elbow. See them? They're on charge. Can everyone see them? Yeah? I'm going to take them with me on holiday. I'm going to wear them around the pool. I can't see what else I can use them for because they're absolutely useless. Absolutely. Some bloke hammered me in the comments today about the fact that I didn't do this and I didn't do that. I thought, you know what, mate? Surely life's too short. If it just didn't work, you know, you can't use them properly if you're running because you're just slapping your head trying to skip or turn the volume up. Anyway, he really hammered me. But anyway, if he's got nothing better to do, crack on. No, they're behind me. Right, Siobhan, here we go. Quick, potentially dumb. There's no dumb questions. Never a dumb question on here because if it's a dumb question, it's me that's asking it. So, how do you manage to take the selfie stick out on your videos? It's habit, to be honest. It's one of those things that you kind of get used to. I'll never forget there was a woman in one of the, I think it was a London Marathon one year, and she was like, "Are you going to carry that for the whole of the?" And I mean, yeah. I mean, sometimes I'll offload the selfie stick, whether I give it to somebody that I know in the crowd or you know, I literally just dump it in the bin. I had a selfie stick when I was running the London Landmarks half with Mark Wright. I think he broke. No, he'll kill me. It broke, and I was chucking bits away as we went, making sure they went in the bin, by the way. And but I kind of got used to it. I think it's one of those things that you just get used to running with. It's like people who run with, you know, like the handheld bottles. It's a similar sort of thing to that, I guess. Don't get me wrong. Some of the cameras are heavier than others, like the Insta X3 is really heavy versus something like the tiny one. The GoPro is heavy-ish if you've got there's like a media module that we can put on it, which has got a microphone and stuff like that. That's probably the most popular one I've used for race days. That's quite heavy. But usually on a marathon, I'll take off the media bit and I'll have it so because if it's not got the media bit on it, I can then put it in my flip belt. If I choose to. So yeah, it's something you kind of get used to, Siobhan, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's like holding a relay baton in a way. If you can relate to that. This is a great question. I think I make it right on this, Mike. We should get Speedgoat to sit in. Would you? Here's a question. Let me know in the comments. Would you want to see Speedgoat on here for a bite-sized episode next week? Let me know. I think it'd be brilliant. By the way, he doesn't do much running. Just as a heads up, he runs, gets injured, and then things. Although he's absolutely loving, right? Get ready for it. The Boston 12. I put him in some Boston 12s, right? The boy's loving them. He listens to his old mate FORDY. Got him sorted out big time. Oh, look at this. Matthew B. What a hero. Look. Super chat. I appreciate that. I really do. That's really kind of you. Yeah, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, that means a lot. I've heard that Adidas. So this is Leon. Sorry, Leon. I've heard that the Prime X2 strung is 1.5 ounces heavier than V1. I don't know that. I think the people that have seen it are under embargo or have it are under embargo. But looking at the amount of foam and stuff that's been added, I wouldn't be surprised that it's a little bit heavier. 1.5 ounces. I've no idea, but it's no surprise to me if it is heavier. To be honest with you, but is that going to be a deal breaker for you? Let me know in the comments. 1.5 ounces, is that going to be a deal breaker for you on a shoe like that? Because you've got to expect some weight when you're getting that massive stack height, right? That's the argument. Like with when I see what people say about the Max Road 6 or the Nimbus 25, they're heavy shoes, but they're heavy shoes because they've got a what's it load of foam underneath them and then a rubber outsole. All right, the Nimbus 25 doesn't have as much of a rubber outsole, but the Goodyear rubber on the Skechers is all over the place. So I think it would be it would make sense that it is, but I would be interested to know whether that would impact your purchasing decision. Personally, for me, the $300 price tag is what I'd be more worried about than the 1.5 ounces. To be honest, it's going to be really expensive, that shoe. Really expensive. I'm guessing it will drop for Berlin. I'm getting, but that's purely a guess. Purely a guess. Obviously, people won't be able to. Well, the elites won't be able to run it. I'm wondering if they'll do the Pro 4 or because I was listening to Kafuzi. If you listen, make sure you listen to Kafuzi's and Thomas when Believe in the Run. I think it was obviously with Meg. They were talking about the Pro 4, whether that's been shelved or whether it's just going to be an upper update. So make sure you listen to that podcast. That's really cool with those two. Gaz, evening, Chris. I'm doing Chicago and I'm only taking hand luggage. Hero. Will I be okay taking my gels to airport security? Well, this is the thing, right? I wouldn't have thought so. Would be a problem. But when I went to Amsterdam, I did have a problem with them. So I'm not convinced on this one. I don't know what to do myself. I'm thinking about it because obviously I've got Berlin, and I wanted to go handheld as well. But it is a problem because I mean Amsterdam. I think I packed. This you think I'm nuts, but I packed 8 just in case a couple of them like went missing or I opened burst a couple or whatever. I always like to overplan, but they did question it on at security. So I has anyone else got any more advice? Because you know what, I need some advice on it. Let me know in the comments because I need a bit of advice on this. See, for when I go to the US, I'll just pack them in the hold luggage, right? So it's no big deal. But when you're flying like that, they honestly they did pull me up, and it was at was it Stansted we flew from? Yeah, Stansted for Amsterdam, and they pulled me up on them. So they didn't take them away, but just be aware of it. I can't remember what I think I blacked it, but yeah, just be careful. Maybe seek advice. Maybe ring the airline or something. Just an idea. Sorry, I didn't help, but I literally need to know that as well. Right. So Mr. H is training for his first half marathon. He's in his early 40s. Just got a huge kidney stone. 3 procedures and 4 things. Sorry to hear that. Doc told me I can train. Really want to, but my wife is understandably concerned. On stuff like that, firstly, I wish you better, wish you well, but honestly, always follow medical advice. Just do what the doctor says. That's my advice. Always listen to the doctor, unless he misdiagnosed you like I had a few years ago. But other than that, other than that, always no joking aside, always listen to the doctor. Anything like that. But anyway, I wish you well. Wish you better. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. I know the diving shoes. Infinity Run 4. Pablo's he's not sure about the Infinity Run 4. Well, let's see. I don't want to judge any of these Nike shoes, right? Too early. I'm not watching any reviews at the moment on any of the Nike shoes. Because I want to say how I feel it. So I'm not being swayed. So let's see. You will know when I put the videos out first. So let's see what happens with these Nike shoes. It's a funny old time of year to put them out. To be honest with you, I thought they would like the Vomero and the Structure and that would be coming out sooner, but let's see. But I've got low expectations. So let's hopefully that they positively surprise. Hey folks. Right, there we go. I'm still yawning. That's Billy and Fletcher's fault, Matt. Captain. I blame the captain, actually. He didn't let me take my jacket off. Literally, every pair of shoes I get, the heel padded ends up wearing out first. Any runs? Look at your lacing. Look at the way you're lacing the shoes up. If you're getting some heel slip, have a look at that. Look at the old marathon knot. See if that can sort it out, Mike. That might help. Mike, send me the cowboy up, basically. I will. How was the wedding? It was really good. Best wedding I've ever been to. Here we go. FORDY, have you recommendations for a neutral mild stability trail shoe? Oh. If it's a fast one that's over £200, the Nike Ultrafly. But no, that's just the Asics shoes are stable. I'd have a look at those. I can't never remember the name of it. It's the Trabuco. It's not the Trabuco Max. It's the other Trabuco. It's got I don't know if it's got a posting in it, but they're stable. I'd have a look at them. They're a good shoe. I can't remember the name. No, it's gone. But have a look at them. There's the Saucony ones aren't too bad. The Saucony Exodus is a good shout. I'll tell you what is a great shoe. Actually, now come to think about it, brain in gear. Told you, give me a little bit of a pinch of salt here. But the Brooks Cascadia. I was outdone. What did we do? 10 miles, 6, 7 miles in them. I can't remember what it was. And they were very stable. So that might be a shout as well. So have a look at them. I think they've just launched them actually, the Cascadia 17. That might be worth a shout. Pablo, shout out for the Saucony Triumph 20. A lovely price. Yes, it's very cheap at the moment, the Saucony Triumph 20. If you can pick that up, that's a big recommendation from me as well. It's a fantastic shoe. Does everything you want. And yeah, if you could like literally just buy one shoe and you need to spend well under £100, probably the Triumph 20 at the moment is probably a really good shout, actually. Yeah, good call out there, Pablo. I like it. Rob's agreeing on the Saucony fit. I think they do fit the best at the moment. Yeah. So Matt, going back to Matt, he was saying about his half marathon. He ran the Takumi Sen 8 for his half marathon. That's hardcore. I like his style. I really, really like his style. Okay, well, Chumba, what a cool name. Evening 40. Not sure if I'm suffering from perennial tendonitis. When I run a couple of miles, the muscles above my ankles tighten so bad. I walk and yeah, I'd go and see an osteo. It's tight to I wouldn't necessarily cowboy up through that. I would go and see an osteo on that. Physio probably just give you exercises. Osteo probably more likely treat it. Although I'm not able to go up. Physios just do a cracking job. But I've always found osteos tend to find the problem and treat it. Physios always I just walk away 50 quid lighter with some exercise I could have got off of YouTube. But again, that's nothing against physios. They do a cracking job. Okay. before you ever go at me. But personally, I've had better experiences with Osteos. Gary, what is your absolute favourite shoe so far in 2023? Boston 12, probably. I mean, I'm still like a unbelievable fan of the Super Blast, but that came out last year. But probably the Boston 12. I like to see a shoe that can do everything very well, and the Boston 12 can. And the price point's not over the top. It's priced well. It rides well. Yes, the upper can be improved, but let's give them a bit of slack. I mean, the shoe was so bad last year. They've done a cracking job bringing it back to like where it's runnable. It just feels good. It feels good under speed. It feels stable, and the outside's fantastic on it. It's a really, really cracking shoe, and you can pick it up. As I say, you use the code 41 to start fitness, and you get it for 120 something quid. The Super Blast is probably, my favourite shoe in my rotation, other than maybe SC Trainer 2, I really like. And obviously, I love the Max Road 6s for those recovery days. So, they're the sort of top picks for me at the moment. But in terms of shoe that came out this year, it's probably the Boston 12. And I called it, not Big Eddie, but I called that early. That was the shoe that I said, I think, at the start of the year. That's the one I want to see what they do, because on paper, it looks really good. Because I really like the Pro 3. That was why I was so excited to get that shoe. And I was really happy that I wasn't disappointed with it. I'll tell you the shoe, right? Listen to this. This is a bit weird, because we're talking about friends. The shoe that I keep seeing in London, when I'm up there, that I think that really does look good, and I'm just so annoyed about it, is the Zoom Fly 5. I think that's a really good looking shoe, especially in some of the colorways. In some of the colorways, I just think it looks great, and it's so disappointing how bad it is. But yeah, I keep seeing people wearing them in London. And yeah, I just wish it was a better shoe, because I think it looks cracking. Let me know if you agree or disagree on that one. Mick's just seen the Takumi's the Prime X2 on Insta. It is, honestly, it's going to blow your mind. It is going to blow your mind. Hi, Chris. Just got back from running a track session. Didn't use the Boston 12s. I'm not sure on the medial side. Has the Kavara Pro got a bit more of a firmer? Yes, it does. It is a firmer ride. Although, yes, I would say slightly firmer. Although I have found it softened up a bit. But then the Boston 12 soften up as well. That Light Strike 2.0 definitely softens up as well. The Kavara Pro is definitely, the Kavara Pro is so well balanced because of the width of it. Is That's where it gets its stability from, and obviously the sort of the power run frame with that extra. Then you got that layer of PB and the plus in on the sock line. It just creates a really nice layered cradle for your bed for your foot to sit on and give you that support. This is coming back now to should Speaker do bite size on Monday? Shall I message him? Hang on. Should we message him live on it? See what he says. Toby. This is really bad, by the way. Toby. People want you to do bite size on Monday live. There you go. It's done. Let's see what he says. He might be busy. He's an athlete after all. Okay, what's this? Nick, we have to find out who the team designs Adidas colorways and get them on the show. Yes, I would love to get them on the show. Actually, I've got a really cool podcast I'm going to be recording with one of the guys from Skechers, and it's going to be really interesting to find out. I want to really find out about the sort of process, the design process that goes into these shoes, what they're thinking of, how they come up with these new technologies. Skechers are really cool because they've obviously got that super critical process in terms of making the midsole compound, which is it's not just a slab of EVA; it goes through a process. So I mean, I'm talking proper shoe geek stuff there, right? But also, it's just how the whole design process, making product. If you've got any questions about the concept, design, manufacture, and all that of the shoe, of the running shoe, and anything longer. Honestly, go on to fordyrose.com/contact and send in some emails, and we'll ask those. So let's get that in. I can't wait for the green Primex. Yeah, you tag me if you. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate that. Steve, even what's this, Gary? Yourself, Simon, as speaker, having an open Q&A like you had with Hayden would be great to see. Okay, all right, Gary, it's not bad chat. What on here? No, here's Dan. Here's for you. Okay, this is all about you guys. It's like a chance for me to hang out with you. Hi, Fordy. Have you got any Calador running route records, mate? Yes. Oh, you're off there next week. I'll see you there. I'll be the fat, overweight, 45-year-old man running around with no top on. That's me. I am staying in Calador. I run from there's like, if you go on the map, you'll see the beach, and then there's like a fault thing that sticks out on the corner. I run to that because it's got a few lumps and bumps, I would say. It's not like hilly, but there's a few decent hills that you can go a bit crazy up. It's about 3.5 miles there and back for me. That's going to be the route that I'm going to be running. Not every day, but after a couple of days of rest, I'm going to be heading out and doing that. My volume will drop, but the intensity will increase. That's my plan for while I'm away for marathon training. So yeah, I'll hopefully see you out there, Mark. I'm staying, as I said, near, I can't remember what it's called. I probably should know, but yeah, that's the route. I think even it's on my Garmin, although actually all my stuff's set to private. So yeah, but anyway, there's have a look at the fault. Look at you can run up to it. It's pretty cool. It's on the corner on the beach, well, not on the beach, but you'll run round part, and then I go through the marina as well because there's a few hills and stuff. Right, Paul's up for a slow chat with the goat. Let's see if he comes back. Andy's off to Mallorca. Oh my god! So everybody's off to Mallorca. So I'll all see you there. Just look out for me. Say I'll be there. The one with the moobs with no top on because I don't care anymore. Okay. He's in marathon training block. Yeah. Would you recommend doing 3 or 4 early morning 10Ks? You know what? As I just said, for me, I mean, this week is actually a down week for me. And then next week, I'm just going to focus, me personally, on sort of faster stuff over a shorter distance. Really, and I'm in a maintaining phase on holiday. I'm not there to build anything. I'm not there to increase anything. I'm purely in a maintaining phase for when I get back to pick up the longer miles again. I just think a holiday is a holiday and it should be enjoyed as a holiday. I think getting caught up with marathon training during holiday can drive you round the bend. It's okay if you're in a place that you can go out and maybe do something a little bit longer. But personally, for me, I will feel better and I will be in better shape if I mentally have a break. So I will run when I fancy running and I will do the route that I've just told you. But the intensity will increase. So it will be a slightly faster pace, hence why I'm packing the SC Elite 3. I've got the Tri Noosa or Noosa Tri with me as well. But in general, it will be a run that is all about short distances, getting it done, and making sure I enjoy the holiday. I think that's the key. It's differently, I suppose, if you're off for more than 2 weeks, but it's really important to reset. It really is. Holiday's a holiday. Make sure you use it as one. Coming back to the heavier shoes, Stephen doesn't have a problem with heavier shoes. Lightning something. I'm a high school run lover of me, but I really struggle with stress before races. Any tips? Yeah, I mean, just relax, just enjoy. Remember why you're there. Just have fun. We do everything to have fun at 40 runs. That's what it's all about. Rob, his partner's just started couch to 25k. No, couch to 5k. Sorry, read that wrong. However, after a few runs, she started to suffer with pain in the arches of her feet. She's currently wearing the Glide Ride 1. Yes, they're probably firm. They're a highly rocketed shoe, the Glide Ride 1, which people I don't think know. It's a stable ride, which is good. It's a stable platform, but it is a rocketed shoe, and that can play havoc if you're not expecting it. So I would definitely look to switch them out. Caro. The Super Blasts are absolutely amazing. Yes, they are. I just spoken about. They are what I wanted the Nimbus to be. Okay, had to retire the Nimbus while walking the dog. They did not work for me. That's fair enough. Yeah, I think that like I've always said, the Super Blast, if the Super Blast was £150, they would have sold millions. Forget your ghosts, right? Brooks Ghosts, Super Blast, everybody would be wearing them. They are an amazing shoe. And if you can afford them and you've got a marathon, that is the one shoe to buy. Yeah, that is without doubt the best marathon training shoe you can buy. And I've got no problem saying that quite clearly. Doesn't matter what brands I work with, whatever. The Asics Super Blast is without doubt the best marathon training shoe you can buy. It can do everything. The biggest problem, apart from the outsole's a little bit iffy, is the price. That's the only issue that holds that shoe back from being an all-time bestseller. Really, really is. Penny. I know Tobe's a big fan of yours, Penny, and he would love to come on and talk to you on a Monday. Maybe we could do a live stream with you and Speaker. How about that? So let's see if he's replied. I'll type Penny. His answer, why? What have you said? I'll work on it. They want you on. They want you on. I'll see what I could do, people. Stand by. Keep an eye out on the socials. If we can get Speaker to take over Bite Size next week, I will. How's that sound? Katie, FORDY, let's review some all-terrain shoes soon. Okay, let's get them sent in. John E, loving some of Nike colorways on Zoom Fly. That's probably what it is, isn't it? Is the Zoom Fly 5. I think it is the colorways. Enjoyed the Brooks Tempos Firmer ride, so tempted by the Nike if it's on sale. It's a terrible shoe. We spoke about heavy shoes. It's a heavy shoe that doesn't really do anything for you, but I just think it looks good. So if you, I think it was. There's definitely it's the pink orange. It looks great, and I saw a guy in a black and white version that looked good. But we shouldn't base these things on look, should we? Really? Probably a bad thing. Paul, cheers, Chris Cavara. Probably on order to compare with the Bostons. Yeah, I think they're slightly different shoes to a degree. Although they both will do similar sort of stuff. I think if you need that stability. I would go with the Cavara Pro. It really is a cracker. Don't forget, I've retired from skipping, pork chop. If you saw on Instagram, I got 3 minutes done with no real fuss. I don't know what all the fuss is about with Hayden. I've done 3 minutes. It's on Instagram. I've retired. There's just no point doing any more, really. It's just, yeah. Mark knows the spot. So, Mark, I'll see you out there. Make sure if you haven't got 40 runs top, you tattoo 40 runs on your body somewhere so I know it's you. Scott, best half marathon trainer. Have I done a video on this? I can't remember. Rocky X2. I did a video on my fastest shoes, which ones I have, and the Rocky X2 is the best, fastest carbon plate shoe out there, I think. Check it out. What's this? I'm going to wrap this up in a minute. Have you got anything else? Otherwise, I'm going to head off in a couple of minutes. Marco, John, good evening. Can you recommend anything to get over Achilles tendonitis? Again, this is the sort of thing that really a physio or a doctor or somebody with more qualifications than me to talk about, really. So I kind of swerve those questions about like that sort of stuff that I'm not specialised in. Let's say, yeah, I can give advice, but yeah, I think with all these sort of stuff, I think it's always best to get proper medical advice. One more check on my phone. See what Big S says. Definitely get him signed up to come on. I think it's a brilliant idea. He can talk about his Adidas Boston 12s. Although it might be hard work, guys. You might have to load him up with questions because he won't know really. He won't really know what to say after 5 minutes. No, Simon's now digging him out. Last question. Here we go. Boston 12 or Super Blast for marathon training. If you can't afford the Super Blast, get the Boston 12. The Boston 12 is a much more, I would say, daily focused shoe. And the Super Blast is more of a marathon training shoe. I know it's a bit of a contradiction, but I think if you had them, you would know. But yeah, I think the Super Blast is without doubt the best marathon training shoe, but it comes down to price. If you can't afford the Super Blast, which I think most people can't, then the Boston 12 will do you just fine. It really is an absolute belter. Yeah, and I think that's a great way to finish off today's show. So, again, right, thank you very much to every single person who tunes in live to interact, to get involved in this show. It doesn't happen without you. It's on a Monday night, 8 o'clock, which I appreciate is not ideal for everybody. So I really do appreciate you guys all tuning in. Thank you to all the channel subscribers. Thank you to all the channel members. Thanks to everybody who's ever given a super thanks or a super chat. That really means a lot. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everybody, really. It's been quite a humbling weekend, so puts a lot in perspective. So I appreciate every single one of you out there who supports 40 Runs and follows what we do. Really does mean a lot. Yes, so I'm off now for 2 weeks. I won't be on the live stream on Friday, but please tune in because it's going to be a cracking show with that special guest to say. We've got somebody who doesn't necessarily run at the front, somebody who's done a few world majors, but had the issues of dealing with, am I going to finish this before they kick me off the course and all that sort of stuff. And I think it's really interesting, and it sort of again goes with the ethos of the everyday runner. 40 runs, and it's great to highlight that. But yes, thank you very much to everybody. Make sure that you keep taking us on the skipping challenges online if you're doing that on 40_runs. Although I'll try and stay off social media as best I can. I might just do one post of me running without no shirt through Calador because I'm a rebel and I don't care anymore. So yes, guys, be safe for the next 2 weeks. Enjoy yourselves. Don't misbehave. I will be back. Keep an eye out on the socials for the return of Bite Size. If Speedgoat can be talked into doing it, I will, but there's no guarantees because he is miserable. So just be aware. So he might not, but I can't guarantee it. But anyway, I shall see you soon. Take care. Thanks again to every single person. Thanks for taking us out on your run with us. We really do appreciate it. Make sure you listen to all the other episodes, and I shall see you guys soon.